Yo guys, what is up? It's Teach here, coming at you again with another video over on Ark Survival Ascended, and in this video I am going to show you how to easily solo one of the new bosses over on ASTRAEOS. That is Thodes the Widowmaker. Now, it's actually a really easy boss. You just need to know what to do, and similar to what you would do on the center with kind of like cheesing it, that's kind of the strategy we're going to do. Just so you can see, this is on official settings. I have the game set to that, so he has the normal health they would have, which is 1.8 million. And yeah, so like the buffs and all the debuffs and stuff like that are the same. I'm going to show you how to do this and what you can do wrong, but it's actually a really easy boss fight when you know what you're doing. All you're going to need is a Procoptodon, a shotgun, and then yourself. That's it. So you don't even need a high level one. Obviously, the more health it has, the more mistakes you can make, but you don't have to make a single mistake. I'm going to show you how to do this without making a single mistake. All right, so you're going to spawn into the actual arena. He spawns in on the opposite side. What your immediate goal is to get on top of these pillars right here. And as soon as you get on top of these pillars, it's GG. So it's a little bit difficult sometimes, so just keep that in mind. He will not become activated sometimes until you are outside or trigger him. So, oh, I was close. But anyways, so just to show you the points that we're aiming for. See the top of that pillar? We want to aim a little bit to the right of it. I don't know why a little bit to the right of it seems to be the trick. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. So see how I've landed on top of the pillar, right? Now all we're going to do is use our shotgun. Now the cool thing is basically this right here counts as a standing point and he can't hit us. He's heading towards us. So you can see that. We're going to go ahead and aggro him. Oh my goodness, my Procoptodon really just kicked me off. So you can whistle your Procoptodon, but I'm trying to show you what you can do here. So these little like pathways right here, right? You can walk on both of these in order to keep yourself alive. Now, you can just walk down the middle of it to get to the other side and stand directly on it, and he can't actually hit you. Now, the reason that this is doable with a shotgun is because at a certain point, this creature's eye will turn like a bluish color. Now, what's going to happen when it turns that bluish color is that he is going to take increased damage to the headshot range. Let's see if he'll do it for me. Now, right now we're just doing basic damage, obviously, as you can see, and he has not exposed his like headshot area yet. There it is. See how his like eye starting to glow that bluish color? Once he does that, we do increased damage to the head, or like getting ready to do increased damage to the head. See, there we go. Now we do like 1,000 damage versus 400. So it basically quadruples the amount of damage you do. And he holds up his arm just to show you that he's doing it especially. I know it's kind of hard to see, but you literally just obliterate this thing as soon as you have that. Now, I would not try this solo unless you have capped out shotguns, because I have capped out solo shotguns right now. So it's about 2 times as fast as you would get on the, so this is twice as good as something you'd get on an official server. But that being said, you can see how quickly I was able to melt him as soon as that eye went blue. Now you can keep shooting when he's not eye blue or whatever you want to talk about, but that's up to you. See how he's kind of like walking around, there's no blue glow to his eye? We're waiting for the blue glow to his eye. Now, I don't know if it's damage based that you have to hit a certain range in order to actually do damage to him while his eye is blue. There we go. See how that eye turned blue? As soon as that eye is blue, that is when we want to start shooting for his, there we go. See how he has like the knockback on it? If you keep shooting him while that's active, you do about 30,000 damage per shot instead of the actual, like 200 damage per shot. And you can usually get 2 to 3 clips off in that 30,000 range before he gets rid of it. All right, there's another set. There we go. We're still cranking some 1900s on him. All right, he looks like he closed his eyes. See how he's no longer blue? I don't think we're going to hit him for as much. Nope, we're not. All right, so you could run this with the old school Rexes and Theries and stuff like that. He does have a lot of health and he does a significant chunk of damage. Or you can just sit on top of these pillars and walk back and forth and do it this way, because I think this is a lot easier. Now, towards the end of this video, I'll also show you a couple of different locations that you can go to in order to complete this boss fight. But it's really not that difficult of a boss fight. You just have to know what you're doing. All right, so he's blue again. There we go. That's what we're looking for. All right, so see how much easier it is? Now, I know it looks like he's green, but you saw me click in alpha. It is for sure alpha. It looks like it's just like a video glitch at this point in time. I don't know why it's showing as green. Even the loot shows up as Kama, even though you get the increased damage from the loot, which is pretty nice. All right, so we're still doing that 1900 damage per shot. or per bullet on this times 12. So that's basically like almost 24,000 damage we're getting per hit. All right, so even without the actual damage buff on official, you can still expect to crank him for about 1,000 damage a shot without that damage buff. So yeah, I wouldn't be super concerned about beating this solo. Would it be better to have 2, maybe 3 people? Yeah, you could easily pull someone in the pouch of the Procoptodon and get up here. But as long as you're cautious, you can get up here pretty quickly, or have someone aggro him around. He's pretty dumb when it comes to actually his mechanics. He just follows things. So like you can easily outrun him with a Procoptodon, which is pretty nice. Obviously, I can't see what damage I'm doing right now, but I'm aiming for the head, so we know that we're doing that increased damage. We're at 417,000. Come on now, big guy. I can't see him, but I'm assuming I'm doing some good shots because he's pissed. All right, really? All right, looks like we're back down. Nope, there we go. He's still letting us do the extra damage. Sweet. So see how quickly it goes. And then again, if you had 2 people with shotguns, you can imagine how much faster this would go. You could probably honestly do this just by aggroing him around the entire map and having someone in the pouch shooting, but that's up to you because there is a stutter step that he takes when he is moving around, and you can see that's how easy it is. All right, so before I show you, so there's him. This is how much element you get for alpha. And yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 750. You can stand on those ledges. The other things that I have found that you can stand on in this actual boss fight is not here. You can technically land on that. I'm not going to try and do it again. I did it once and I was like, oh, that's cool. You can land on this. You can land on the very edge of not this one, this guy over here. You can land on the edge, and there's also these little wood pieces that you can kind of like crawl down. See that right there? You can land on those. And then if you go into this back room, pretty much everything in this back room you can land up on top of and be completely safe. I am a big fan of this back one over here because he won't be able to hit you in a lot of these spots, but the higher up you go, the safer off you are. But it can be a little bit harder to actually shoot the actual boss from this back room. So that's why I would encourage you to use those front pillars that I was talking about back there. Now, are you fast enough on a Procoptodon to jump over the top of him, shoot him like 10 times, and then jump to the other side? Yeah, you can easily do this without really having to worry too much about anything. But just so you're aware, I would probably just use a shotgun on this boss. But anyways, hopefully this video, very quick, obviously, because it does not take very long to actually beat the Widowmaker. You can see 1.8 million health. That's on alpha. And that's just what it is. Pretty easy. The other boss is much more difficult because she spawns in the bats and stuff like that. It makes it very difficult to actually take her out. But yeah, that's how easy it is. Now I could do it again, but I'm not gonna. And that's it. So what you really need in order to make it happen, just a Procoptodon. I would get a decent one. You don't need a good saddle because your goal is to not get hit at all. If he gets close to you, just jump away. And then you're going to have your shotgun. The closest you can have to 298 damage, the better off you are, because it's going to go a lot faster, especially if you have 2 people, have a couple of people up on those ledges, just roast them. So anyways, hopefully this video helps you out. And other than that, teach. Wow.